The story begins at a U.S. military base. One of the technicians there tells a fellow employee he couldn't seem to get the photon channeler working, but the employee tells him he'd better figure it out. While working, several vans crash through the gates of the base. One of the workers tries to erase the access code, but the intruders enter. Several men in sunglasses secure the perimeter, and a scary-looking man enters the scene and aims a device at the terrified workers and activates it, electrocuting them and rendering the workers unconscious. At 3rd Street School, group of students are having fun and playing with each other. Randall goes to Miss Finster to complain about students, but she is busy in guiding the workers. As Miss Finster leaves, Ashley secretly comes from the van, taking the ice cream containers with herself. She and her friends then give ice creams to all students. Principal Prickly does the morning announcements, which make all of the students laugh. But it's not really Principal Prickly. It's TJ imitating him using the voice-changing machine. Principal Prickly called him in his room, but he tricked Principal. After pranking on Principal Prickly on the last day of school before summer vacation, TJ Detweiler is excited to spend the time off with his friends, only to be disappointed to learn they will all be attending different summer camps, resigned to spending the summer alone. As he is riding his bike, TJ thinks he could not believe he sunk so low to be scheduling a play date with Randall. While passing the school, he spots a strange green glow emanating from the windows of the building. TJ stops to see what is going on, but before getting the chance to investigate the peculiar happenings, he is ambushed by the scary-looking man from the military base incident, but TJ escapes. The man loses his breath after TJ escapes. Later that night, TJ asks his parents what they use a school for during summer. Sam Detweiler tells him that they close it. TJ explains he saw the scary-looking man at the school while he was riding by, and thinks something really strange is happening. The next day at the school, TJ monitors the peculiar happenings. He peeks through his binoculars and spots several vehicles approaching and parking outside the school. After seeing the green glow in the windows, TJ decides to get a closer look. He peeks into the cafeteria windows and watches scientists use a laser to levitate a safe. TJ rushes back to his house and tells his parents about what's going on, but no avail. His parents thinking TJ is coming down with something after running into the sliding glass door. So TJ heads to the police station, but the police laugh at his report. TJ leaves the station and finds Principal Prickly heading for the West Side Golf Course. TJ interrupts Principal Prickly's golf game and tells him that peculiar things are happening at the school. Principal Prickly doesn't believe TJ but reluctantly decides to help TJ investigate, quitting his golf game in the process. TJ and Prickly drive to the school. Prickly tells TJ it looks fine to him, but TJ persuades Principal Prickly to go inside. Prickly takes out his keys and puts them into the keyhole but gets enveloped in the same green light TJ saw and gets dematerialized, leaving only his golf shoes. Since TJ's parents and the police won't believe his reports, this leaves TJ no other choice but to get help from his friends. Desperate, TJ blackmails his older sister Becky to drive him to all the camps to retrieve his friends. He asks Becky for a ride to Chesterville, where Vince's camp is located, but Becky refuses, but TJ forces her to do it. Otherwise, he'll put her diary on the internet, and he isn't worried if Becky takes it back. He's got copies. Vince tells TJ that he was right. Something strange was going on inside, and they think Principal Prickly is in on the plot. TJ decides if they're going to get proof, they'll need to watch the school every night until something goes on. When the bad guys make a move, they'll catch them red-handed by taking pictures of what's going on. Then they call in authorities, and they'll have them right where they want them. If they are going to do their mission, they will have to do this as campers during the day and spies during the night, as during the daytime. TJ will have Becky drop the kids off at their camps, and as dusk comes, TJ will have Becky pick them up again. After TJ finds Prickly's discarded pants with a note reading, "Help me," in the pocket, the gang infiltrate the school to rescue him. School snitch Randall Weems, who has been eavesdropping on them, goes to inform Deputy Principal Muriel Finster. The kids find the auditorium has been turned into a laboratory. TJ is captured by guards while his friends escape and is imprisoned with Prickly. They both discover that Prickly's old friend, Dr. Philium Benedict, is overseeing the operation inside the school. Prickly exposits Benedict's background to TJ in 1968. While he, Benedict, and Finster were all in teacher training, Benedict was appointed principal of 3rd Street School and proposed abolishing recess to improve test grades. Prickly asked the superintendent to encourage Benedict to resign, but when he declined, he was replaced as principal with Prickly, and Finster dumped him. Swearing revenge on Prickly, Benedict became Secretary of Education, but was fired by the president for reattempting to abolish recess nationwide. While TJ's friends review the recovered papers, Spinelli finds a date book that mentions lunar perigee, which is taking place at 12:22 p.m. the next day. Gretchen realizes the machine they saw is a tractor beam and concludes that Benedict intends to use it to move the moon when it nears Earth. TJ and Prickly get to Prickly's office, where they discover Benedict's plan to eradicate summer vacation by creating a new permanent ice age that will force kids indoors year-round. Meanwhile, TJ's friends persuade Becky to drive them to the camps and pick up all the other students, while Finster rallies the teachers and Gus takes charge, concocting a plan to infiltrate the school. As Benedict prepares to enact his plan in the auditorium, the students and teachers of 3rd Street School all attempt to stop him and his henchmen. During the ensuing battle, Benedict attempts to activate the beam himself, but is stopped by Prickly, only for Benedict to break the controls and make the process irreversible. TJ instructs Vince to throw a baseball at the beam, which destroys it. Finally aware of Benedict's plot, the police arrive at the school to arrest him and his henchmen. TJ's friends decide to spend the rest of their summer together. TJ thanks Prickly in his office, who in turn thanks TJ for reminding him why he started teaching, to help kids. TJ then joins his friends as Prickly jokingly reminds TJ he will still be reprimanded for his earlier prank when September comes.